It was just another humid morning at the Marine Air Base. The sound of roaring engines echoed across the tarmac as F/A-18 Hornets lined up for inspection. The base commander, Colonel Richard Lawson, a man known for his iron discipline and sharp instincts, had one thing on his mind that day: the arrival of a mysterious new pilot transferred from a classified division known only as Shadow Wing. Rumors spread fast through the ranks. Some said she flew missions that officially never happened. Others whispered she was responsible for a rescue op that saved an entire platoon behind enemy lines, though no records could confirm it. Colonel Lawson, however, didn't deal in rumors. He believed in protocol, rank, and paperwork. So when he was told a new lieutenant would join his command, he expected a normal briefing. What he got instead was a storm. At precisely 0900 hours, a black military jeep rolled to a stop outside his office. The door opened, and out stepped a figure in full flight gear, helmet under her arm, eyes cold, posture perfect. Her uniform bore no unit insignia, only a single stitched patch on the shoulder, a ghostly number 7. She saluted. "Lieutenant Avery Collins, reporting for duty, sir." The colonel's gaze was sharp. "You're the one from Shadow Wing." "Yes, sir." "Never heard of that division," Lawson said, crossing his arms. "Must be one of those secret projects they don't tell field commanders about." Collins didn't respond. She stood still, steady, her expression unreadable. Lawson circled her slowly. "Let's make something clear, Lieutenant. On this base, we follow proper chain of command. No ghosts, no spooks, no secret agents. Just Marines. Understood?" "Yes, sir." He leaned closer. "Good. Now, for my records, what's your call sign?" For a brief moment, the air seemed to still. The mechanics outside stopped shouting. Even the engines idling on the runway seemed quieter. Avery's lips parted just slightly. Then she said it. "Phantom 7. Lawson froze. His eyes widened, not with anger, but with shock. The name hit him like a bullet from the past. He stepped back slowly, his face draining of color. "Say that again," he whispered. "Phantom 7, sir." The colonel turned away, gripping the edge of his desk. For years, that name had been buried deep in classified archives. It wasn't just a call sign, it was a ghost from a mission that was supposed to be impossible. 8 years earlier, during Operation Iron Veil, a recon squad had been ambushed in hostile territory. Their air support was shot down. Everyone was declared missing, except for a mysterious pilot known as Phantom 7, who flew an unmarked jet into enemy skies and extracted the survivors under heavy fire. The entire event was erased from official reports. Phantom 7 was presumed dead. And now, she was standing right in front of him. Lawson looked back at her. "That can't be possible." Phantom 7 died over the red line. "With respect, sir," she said calmly, "reports can be wrong." He studied her face closely. She was young, too young to have been in that mission. "Unless, who authorized your transfer here?" he demanded. "Commanding General Reeves, sir." That name made his jaw tighten. Reeves was part of the old guard, one of the few who knew about Iron Veil. If Reeves had sent her, it meant something big was coming. Lawson motioned for her to sit. "Lieutenant Collins, I want the truth. Who are you?" She removed her gloves, revealing a faint scar across her right hand, the same wound Lawson remembered seeing on Phantom 7 in the mission debriefs. She looked directly into his eyes. "I'm exactly who I said I am, sir." He didn't know whether to salute or question his sanity. "You shouldn't exist," he muttered. Phantom 7 wasn't just a pilot, she was a myth, a code name for the most classified operation this branch ever attempted. Collins stood. "Then I suppose myths die hard, sir." Later that day, word spread across the base that the colonel himself had requested a private test flight. He wanted to see for himself whether this so-called Phantom 7 was the real deal. The crew gathered near the runway as Avery climbed into an aging F/A-18, tail number 214, the same one Lawson had flown during Iron Veil. The colonel watched from the tower, headset on, heartbeat pounding. "Tower to Phantom 7, he said quietly. "You have permission to launch." "Copy that, Tower," her voice replied, smooth and calm. Phantom 7 rolling. The jet screamed down the runway, lifting effortlessly into the blazing sky. What followed stunned even the most seasoned pilots on base. She executed a perfect vertical climb, followed by a double barrel roll and a stall recovery maneuver that hadn't been performed since the experimental test flights a decade ago. Lawson's hands trembled on the controls. "It's her," he whispered. "No one else flies like that." When she landed, he met her on the tarmac. The wind carried dust around them as she removed her helmet. Her eyes met his, the same cold determination he remembered from the classified mission years ago. "I never thought I'd see the day," Lawson said quietly. "Phantom 7, you were the best pilot I ever knew." She nodded. "That's not why I'm here, sir. Command's calling us back in. Something's happening, and they want the old team." Lawson blinked. "You mean Iron Veil? Version 2, she said. "This time, we finish what we started." Before he could respond, a siren blared from the command post. The red alert lights began flashing. A new mission code flashed on the monitor: Operation Iron Veil, reactivated. Lawson looked back at her, realization setting in. She hadn't returned for nostalgia, she'd come to lead. "Colonel," she said, snapping a crisp salute, "permission to brief the squadron." He hesitated for a moment, then nodded. "Permission granted, Phantom 7. As she walked away toward the hangar, the younger pilots whispered her name with awe and disbelief. The ghost of the past had returned, not as a legend, but as their new commanding officer. And for the first time in years, Colonel Lawson felt something he hadn't felt since the war: hope. Because sometimes, the deadliest warriors don't wear medals or fame. They wear scars and silence. And when their call sign is spoken aloud, the whole world remembers. She was Phantom 7, the Marine pilot who refused to die, the shadow that flew through the storm, and the reason legends still exist in the skies. Narrator outro for YouTube. And that, viewers, is the untold story of Phantom 7, the Marine pilot who made even a colonel freeze in shock. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible military mysteries and untold hero stories, only here on our channel.